Guys, Elon Musk has just revealed some insane plans from Tesla. Tesla plans for one to have the world's biggest supercomputer, the fastest supercomputer the world has ever seen. And it will do some insane things, such as give Tesla an ability that maybe no other company in the world has. When I heard the number of supercomputer fast chips that Tesla are going to build together to make this insane computing power, this insane computer, honestly, my mind was just blown away. But not only that, what shocked me was what Elon Musk said about Tesla's future plans for car production. Now, guys, I've got to admit, I think I've made a mistake. I thought Tesla were moving away from their plan to make 10 million cars a year, or maybe even 20 million cars a year. I thought they were moving away from that. I believe that based on Tesla's decisions, they were. But it sounds like that's not the case at all. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to see you. I'll be the first to admit that I have said this a few times, and clearly, well, from what Musk is saying, I was wrong. Musk says Tesla will have more than 100 million cars on the road. Now, he doesn't give a date for when that'll be. However, Musk shared his estimates of the future of Tesla's supercomputing cluster, basically their supercomputer, called Dojo, and he highlighted how much money the company expects to spend on NVIDIA advanced computing chips this year. And the number is insane. I don't think anyone else in the world is spending anywhere near this much. Discussion about NVIDIA's supercomputers came up on Tuesday, so yesterday, after Tesla needed to have some of the company's chips to X and XAI. Anyway, there's a bit of a story going on here saying that Musk is saying, you need to prioritize sending these super chips, NVIDIA, by the way, NVIDIA super chips to X, to Twitter, because we need them before Tesla does. All of that is, to be honest, just ridiculous noise. That's really taking us away from the real story here, which is not, guys, if you want to watch, if you love TMZ, if that's your kind of thing, you love gossip, then Electric is the website for you. But if you're more interested in what actually going on here, this is what Musk said. He posted on X about Tesla's purchases from NVIDIA this year. He estimates they'll be up to $4 billion. Up to $4 billion from NVIDIA for their chips. That's insane. Now, he also talked about what Tesla's doing with artificial intelligence, what it needs for full self-driving and robotics. And honestly, I don't think any other car company in the world is going to spend even a fraction of this amount of money this year on what is essentially artificial intelligence. Musk noted earlier in the day that Tesla's Giga Texas South extension is nearing completion. And he also pointed out what that's actually for. That extension, it's going to have 50,000 NVIDIA H100 chips used for full self-driving training. 50,000 chips. Of course, you need all the cooling fans. You need big stacks, big machines for all this to happen. So 50,000 H100 NVIDIA chips. Now, I personally don't really understand this technology well enough to comment on this, but 50,000 chips seems like an awful lot to train full self-driving. Sounds insane. But Musk is saying that's what's necessary. Most people honestly have no idea what an H100 chip is. Why is it important for artificial intelligence? Well, the H100 is a graphics processing unit chip manufactured by NVIDIA. It is the most powerful GPU chip on the market in the world today. It's designed specifically for artificial intelligence applications, and the H100 contains 80 billion transistors in a single chip. So 80 billion transistors times 50,000 chips. Anyway, that's 6 times more than its predecessor. 6 times more transistors on each chip than the previous chip, which was called the A100. This makes it capable of processing enormous amounts of data much, much faster than other GPUs. And this is why Tesla is spending billions of dollars on these chips this year, $4 billion. Why is the H100 so important for artificial intelligence? You might be wondering, why does Tesla need it? Well, AI applications require huge amounts of processing power to train and to run. The H100's powerful computing capabilities, they make it ideal for these kinds of applications. For example, the H100 can be used to train large language models, which are artificial intelligence models that can generate text, translate languages, and answer questions in a very human-like way. The H100 can also be used to develop self-driving cars, medical diagnosis systems, and other AI-powered applications. Of course, perfect for what else? Elon Musk's other company called Neuralink. But here's the thing, the H100, there is huge demand for this chip. The H100 is in high demand due to its powerful performance and its ability to accelerate artificial intelligence applications. As a result, there is a shortage of these chips. But of course, Tesla, because of their purchasing power, saying to NVIDIA, we need $4 billion worth plus all the chips that Musk's other companies will be using. You're probably looking at about $6, $7, $8 billion worth of these chips just from this family of companies this year. So that's huge purchasing power that they can use, that Tesla can use to kind of leverage getting these chips over other companies first. But here's the thing, there is already a new version on the way. Even though the H100 is not yet widely available, NVIDIA they've already announced the successor, which is called the GH200. The GH200 will be even more powerful than the H100, and it will be available apparently by the end of 2024. Now, getting back to what Musk actually said about this story. Musk responded to a user, an ex-user, I'm just going to call it Twitter because it's too confusing, asking if there was a realistic pathway toward Tesla producing its Dojo supercomputers at enough volume to rely more heavily on these for training full self-driving than on NVIDIA's hardware. Musk responded by clarifying that training compute at Tesla is actually a small fraction of what's actually needed, especially compared to inference compute needed for full self-driving. In other words, Tesla's current existing supercomputer is nowhere near powerful enough, and Tesla are going to basically make it about 100 times more powerful than what it is today. He said training compute for Tesla is small compared to inference compute, as the latter scales linearly with size of the fleet. So as Tesla's fleet gets bigger, as there's more cars on the road, Tesla needs more ability to process the data coming from all those cars to continue working, training full self-driving, and or have all these cars connected to each other as well. He said, perhaps the best way to think about it is in terms of power consumption. So imagine all these Tesla vehicles out on the road, how much would be their power consumption together combined? Well, the bigger the fleet is, the bigger the power consumption is. Musk was trying to make that analogy to kind of simplify it for us mere mortals who are trying to work out what's going on here. He said when the Tesla fleet reaches 100 million vehicles, peak power consumption of AI hardware in cars will be 100 gigawatt. Training power consumption is probably 5 gigawatt or less. These are very rough guesses. So Tesla's fleet will require enormous training, enormous compute. This is even when these Tesla vehicles have full self-driving and are using it daily. You add another car to the network, it actually needs more computing power. So Tesla are planning well ahead. They're planning for not just today, they're planning on where they'll be in 10 years time from today in terms of building out this massive, insanely large, biggest supercomputer in the world with 50,000 of the world's fastest chips, which were 6 times faster than the previous version. Obviously, 5 gigawatt of AI training compute is enormous by current standards, but it's only about 5% of total Tesla artificial intelligence compute. Well, Musk says it's a long shot. He says it could be possible for production of Tesla's Dojo to someday exceed that of NVIDIA's. I don't see how this even matters, but anyway, people are arguing about this point online. Could Tesla's Dojo exceed that in terms of compute power versus NVIDIA? That's not going to happen. Some people say it is, but I don't think it is. He said this, there is a path for Dojo to exceed NVIDIA. It is a long shot, as I've said before, but success is one of the possible outcomes. In other words, Musk is saying, yeah, that's not going to happen. So to simplify this, guys, all of this insane computing power, it means if you probably combined all the legacy automotive companies in the world, put them all together, put all their training compute together, they might have less power in terms of tops than any other than Tesla combined. It's very possible. I don't actually know if that's true, but this amount of computing power that Tesla is ordering, $4 billion this year alone, could probably billions of dollars more next year for these chips, which are the fastest in the world. it's truly blowing my mind. And the fact that Elon Musk is saying Tesla's fleet will hit 100 million, and as we add, we get to 101 million, we need to make this actual compute power even faster. As the fleet grows, the training compute needs to be bigger. It shows you that Musk is, to be honest, he's probably in a different stratosphere of understanding this technology than what we are. We have all these arguments online. We say Tesla shouldn't have done this, Tesla should have done that, and Musk is just off thinking, off in another kind of realm. Honestly, that's what I believe. I believe, personally, my level of intelligence is sort of like I'm like a monkey in comparison to Musk, really. Something like that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.